I'm going to talk about a situation I'm going to run into in a couple of days because I'm going to a job interview for a startup company here in Seattle, and it's an early morning interview, and it reminded me that in the past, I used to have trouble sleeping before such events. When I was 16 years old, I needed to take the SAT or the GRE exam. Can't remember which one, but I would tell my parents not to tell me the day of the exam. And so my dad would wake me up on a Saturday and say, okay, today's the day we're going to go take the SAT. And that was the only way I could take the SAT. Otherwise, I would stay up all night worrying about it and tossing and turning and do anything except for sleeping. And then I would really screw up the exam. I did that for the SAT, the GRE. I did it for my driving exam. After I moved out and I moved here to Washington, I had to take the driving exam. Oh my God, that was a big challenge for me. Not because of the driving, but because I couldn't sleep before the exam. And I discovered a secret to handling this, and it was really I feel like I've discovered the secret. So, about a year ago, I was at a computer gaming conference when I had an event that would be really early one day. You see, when I go to the computer gaming conference, I compete in 7 or 8 games. Most people are only involved in one or two. So, I have to schedule my games in a weird way, and sometimes some of the games have to be early in the day and still jet lagged from arriving in Japan. And the games, I had to schedule one for 8 in the morning one day. And being that I've never been to Japan before, I stayed out until 2 or 3 in the morning the night before. And I get back to my hotel room, and I just let go. I told myself if I miss the game, it's no big deal. I'm not gonna die over it. And come to think of it, I've never been in a situation where whether or not I sleep in the next day is life or death. At worst, I miss out on a job opportunity. I fail my driving test or whatever it is. It's never really been life or death. And sometimes when I miss one of these things, other things come up. Actually, just a couple weeks ago, somebody stole my laptop, and also my camera. You might realize that this video, the quality is not so good because I'm recording it on a webcam as opposed to my camera. Anyway, what had happened was that I was in the middle of doing something when all of a sudden this girl that I knew texted me and said she wanted to meet up, and in the hurry to do that, I lost all my stuff. It was I lost good judgment, I guess. But it turned out not to be the end of the world. I had to I backed up a lot of my stuff, but it was a few weeks old, and I had to redo a bunch of stuff. But I discovered a big result that I had missed earlier. And I like to think when I miss something that it happens for good reason. Um, Obviously, about a year ago, I totaled my car, and I enjoyed getting the extra exercise during the time I didn't have a car, and it was good for my health. Oh, I kind of needed a break from driving as well, and it has made me more humble when I drive. Now, I'm trying to think what has happened since then. I definitely drive much more conservatively now than I would have a year and a half, 2 years ago. I not even just drive more conservatively. I actually think if my trip is all that necessary, sometimes if I'm going to the store, it's 2.5 miles away, and I walk there now. In the past, I wouldn't have given it a second thought. I jump in the car because I want to get back and to write my games, and a lot of times my life revolves around how I can cram extra time into my games at the expense of my safety, at the expense of my health, and having that car accident kind of put everything in perspective. And when I let go and say, it's not life or death. I love the games tomorrow. Actually, when I was in Japan and I was worrying about the games, and then I realized if I miss the games, I get to spend another day in Tokyo, and I kind of like that idea. And I went to bed really confidently, and I woke up in time and I went to the game. I had a good time, even though I was just starting out at the time. I think I got fourth place or fifth place, and then I went out to Tokyo to have fun. And when I relax like that and think it's no big deal if I miss the game, the interview, the driving test, or the whatever, I've never missed an event when I relax myself like that. And I think that's the way it should be. And about a year ago, actually, around the time of my car accident, part of the reason I had that car accident actually was I was daydreaming while I was driving, and one big worry I used to have, and I need to capitalize the word used to have, is what would happen to my computer games after I die. And I've been a little bit more relaxed about that. When I die, I die. I'm not even going to be able to think about my computer games after I die, right? And I think the games will resolve themselves. And as a result, I've been doing the games a lot more confidently now that I can feel that way about it. Thanks for watching.